your vote doesn't count. Unless the election in, say, the state of Florida is decided by one vote, it doesn't matter whether you vote. I remember when George Bush started that war, the first thing he did was bomb a restaurant in Baghdad where supposedly Saddam Hussein used to go to eat. Well, Saddam Hussein wasn't there, but he killed the owners of the restaurant, he killed the waiters, he killed the busboys, he killed the chefs, killed the customers. That was an act of murder. But of course, because he was a government official, nobody calls it murder. It's called public policy. Well, you know what? It is murder. This is the group that says what are crimes for people in private society, and legitimately so. Murder, kidnapping, theft, and so forth are actually public policy when we do it. Why? Then it's war. It's taxation. It's the draft.
Although terrorism, of course, is simply war. It's war by a non-state entity. It's the same sort of tactics as governments use. There's a lot of interest in freedom. I think it's a tremendous thing that apparently the people of Scotland, with my fingers crossed, are going to vote for independence from England.
The society doesn't need overlords. We can handle the private criminals who are far fewer than the public criminals. We can handle those in a free society. We can be infinitely more prosperous than we are today. And we can be a much better country than America's ever been. And we have been a great country in the past. We can be a much better country if only we can cut back on the government.
How about stopping the militarized cops in Ferguson and all the rest of America? I noticed that some of the supplies now going to the militarized cops include bayonets. So that'll be nice. They'll be out there with a bayonet to stab you. And we're supposed to think, of course, that's much better. That's law enforcement, unlike those horrible guys, ISIS, with their knives.
It's a good rule when you're listening to anybody from the government, always believe the opposite of what they're saying. So you won't be 100% right, but you'll be pretty much 100%. You'll be close to being 100% right. Greatest president, normally that means kill the most people.
Have there been any U.S. presidents who managed to leave the country in better shape than when they entered office?
No, though I've always had a soft spot in my heart for William Henry Harrison, who died just a couple of months after being inaugurated. So he didn't do too much bad.